Hi, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is a collective reading for Leo. This is your finance reading. Now, as this is a collective reading, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find anything in this message for yourself, then please check your other placements and you're likely to find a message in there. Now, if you do like your reading today, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more from me and you haven't subscribed, if you hit the subscription and then press the notification bell, it will let you know whenever I do post new content. Now, as always, I'm not a financial advisor. This is simply a message from Spirit on how you can help your current financial situation. So let's get into your reading. Spirit, can we get some cards, please, for Leo and their current financial situation? Okay, so your overall energy for the read, we have a 10 of Cups in the reverse. So this 10 of Cups in the reverse is very much telling me that you don't tend to include other people in your money. So anything that you spend, you don't tend to spend it on anyone else. You could be a little bit selfish where your money is concerned. Very much that you spend it or tend to spend it on yourself and only yourself, even if you're aware that your money can have a big impact on other people. But yeah, I'm very much suggesting that you're quite, at the minute, that you are very much focusing on just spending, yeah, like I say, on yourself. Now, in your current position, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is, which is weird, this is telling me you're only spending on yourself, and the Emperor is saying that you are trying to help people in need, which is odd. So let's get clarification on that. I suppose it could be very much that you are trying to help people in need without spending on them, because you don't have to spend on people to help them. It could just simply be that you are, giving your time and your energy to people instead. Maybe some advice. Let's get some clarification on this Emperor, please, Spirit. I mean, it could be that you're somebody in need and somebody's trying to help you, or somebody is helping you at the moment. Possibly a male, maybe a father. Because the Emperor is the father of the deck. Okay. So we've got 3 cards that come out in a challenge position. We've got the 3 of Wands. We've got the Queen of Wands. And we've got the 6 of Pentacles. Now, these are all to clarify that Emperor card. So this 3 of Wands then is telling me that you would like to invest money, but you don't necessarily have the money to invest it, or you don't know what to invest into. Potentially you are trying, maybe if you're helping somebody out, maybe you are giving them your time, or you may not have enough time to invest into whatever it is you're trying to help people with. The Queen of Wands is very much you, again, it's trying to help people. Giving to people in a charitable fashion. Again, this is something that's a challenge. So it could be that you're trying to give to people, but you may be expecting something back. So instead of actually giving it away charitably, you're expecting something. It could be that you just have a hard time giving money. It's like I say, it could be here you've got that you don't invest, you don't spend anything on anyone else. This could be that, it's a challenge for you to potentially give things away charitably, whether it is time, effort, or money. But you are wanting to try and help someone. So somebody's definitely in need of some help. And you're struggling to help them. Either that or you're in need of some help and people are struggling to help you. I think it's more of you struggling to help other people. Now we do have the Six of Pentacles. Again, don't know about donating what you can to good causes. So this is either suggesting that you don't have any money to donate to good causes, or you don't donate any of your time to good causes, or you struggle to. So it's all to do with helping people. It's like you want to help people, but you don't. I'm not sure why that would be. What's the challenge, Spirit? So we've got the Seven of Cups as the challenge. So you don't use your intuition with regards to any sort of money making. You're constantly thinking about things using your head. Let's get some clarity on this. I mean, it could simply be that you want to help people in need, but you don't actually have any money to help people in need. And maybe you don't have the financial knowledge to help people in need. So it's a bit of a challenge for you because you don't have the skills or the energy or the money to help them. All right, so this Seven of Cups then. So we've got the Hermit in the reverse. The Hermit is telling me that you don't decide on anything long term. You don't decide on investments either. So not only do you not use your intuition, you're not looking at your long term plans, which can be a big challenge. We've got the Five of Cups coming out to the side. The Five of Cups is telling me that you do feel a bit, you may get a bit stuck. Maybe things are not coming your way as quickly as you want. It's usually like how do I put it? You're not quite achieving your goals just yet. It's a challenge to get the motivation to move forward to achieve your goals. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. And it's telling me here that, it's a challenge for you to have money and stability. That you are very aware that it can remove your stress. But it's like you feel that money's going to make you happy too. But money doesn't make you happy. And this is a challenge for you to understand that you need to learn. The challenge is to realise that and come to terms with it's not money that makes you happy. It can be what you do with that money that makes you happy. For instance, let's say, you decide to go to a theme park. Okay, that money buys the ticket, the money buys your food and everything else. It's the theme park itself that makes you happy, not having all that money. Physically holding cash won't make you happy because you're just holding cash. What's it going to be doing? It's doing nothing. It's just sitting in your hands. It's what you do with the money that makes you happy. If you've got children, some spending on your children, watching them being happy will make you happy. So it's very much what you do with it that is what counts, but you can just as well be happy going to a theme park as you could be going to a park, depending on what it is you're going to do. You know, there's other things that you can do that cost less money that will make you just as happy. So it's very much realizing that even spending your money, you don't have to spend a lot to make you happy. So it's not the money itself. Like I say, yes, it can be what you're doing with the money that makes you happy, but you can be just as easily being happy, you know, just as easily be happy spending less money, doing something that's free, like going to a beach, chilling out by the sea, kind of, you know, if that makes you happy and it's free. Now, the advice to navigate through this challenge, we have a 7 of coins, or 7 of pentacles coming out to the side. This is telling me that you need to make sure you're not rushing into any decisions. Potentially you rush into decisions quite a lot, or you just don't make any decisions. This is very much a challenge for you to not rush into decisions, but to actually make them as well. Let's get some clarification of that 7 of pentacles. I've got a hangman on the upside down. Okay, so the hangman then, to clarify, we've also got the justice card in the upright, the knight of wands in the reverse, and the judgment in the reverse. So this hangman in the reverse then is very much telling me that thrift is not going to help you at this point in time. So doing things on the cheap to try and make your situation a more profitable one is not really going to help the situation. It's not going to help you use your intuition with regards to finances. It's not going to help you with achieving your goals. So doing things on the cheap isn't really going to work out. It's not. Yeah. So potentially where you're not trying to save money, where you're trying to save money by not giving to people, it's not really going to help. The justice is telling me that opportunities that may come towards you could be too risky. So do make sure that you are, checking out what those risks could be. Make sure that you're using precise calculations, working out what things can make you. For instance, if you are looking at a new job, it could be that new job is an extra 20 to 30 minutes away from where your current job is. How much extra time is it going to take you to travel? Is it going to cost you any more to get there? Is the overall worth, the extra expense that you'll be paying towards that, is it going to make that job any more, is it going to increase what you're going to get afterwards? So after you've paid all the extra money out, is it worth it, kind of thing? Making sure that you're doing those calculations, because it could be that you find a job that you might have to get a train to, so you end up having a train pass, or it could be that you end up getting a bus pass, but the job itself is only worth an extra £30 a month after taxes and national insurance, but you may end up having to spend 50 quid a month to get there. Is it going to be worth it? I mean, it might be if your current job's really, really stressful, but it's doing that sort of calculation, making sure that things are going to be worth it. Now, we also have this Knight of Wands in the reverse. This is very much telling me that you need to make sure you're not being impulsive with regards to any decisions. So again, reiterating, not making hasty decisions, making sure that you're taking your time, because it's not going to serve you in the long run. You need to be making sure that you're making decisions based on the long term. The Judgment card is telling me very much that you also need to be very, very careful that you're not spending more than what you earn. Because if you do, your finances won't improve. Okay, so maybe you are feeling like your finances are stuck at the moment, and that's possibly why you can't help people. Maybe your finances are, like I say, at an impasse. You don't feel like things are going to get any better, but you could still be overspending. This is very much telling me that you need to stop doing that. If you are spending more than you earn, you need to look at getting a new job. Again, making sure that you're doing the calculations, whether it's actually going to benefit you. It could even be maybe you're looking at putting money into something. Is it going to serve you in the long run? You know, with this judgment, are you going to be ending up spending more than what you can get from it? Maybe you are looking at starting a new job. Not a new job. Maybe you are self-employed, for instance, and you've decided you were going to make, I don't know, maybe you craft something and your materials are going to cost you more than what you'd actually sell the art product for. That's a poor investment that's going to make you lose money, and it's not going to serve you in the long term. You know, it's making sure you do it, you know, for things like that, doing your market research. How much are you going to sell it for? Where can you get the best products to create it, kind of thing, and making sure that it's something that's actually going to sell. So making sure that you actually are doing things that are going to serve you. Now, if you manage to do that and you manage to make sure that you're not being hasty and that you're doing things that are going to financially benefit you, we do have the Two of Wands as the outcome. That Two of Wands is very much saying that you still need to stop and look at the end game. So you might start having money coming in, but you need to actually look at where it is that you want to go. What do you want to achieve with that? Is it something where you're doing something that's not for you? Is it going to serve you in the long run? So let's have a look at this Two of Wands. Maybe it is that you've got a partner, potentially, that you want to help, but you don't feel like you can. Or maybe they're in need of help, but you haven't got the money to help them. Is it going to serve both for you at the end? So we have a Three of Swords in the reverse. We have a Six of Cups in the reverse. A Page of Cups in the reverse. And a Magician in the upright, to clarify that Two of Wands. So the Three of Swords then, in the reverse, very much telling me that you need to be careful with financial losses. It's suggesting that you may not recover from them. Okay? So very much you need to be mindful that if you do rush into something, you could lose some money financially. You won't necessarily gain that money back, but that doesn't mean it's the end of everything, okay? It's very much that you can still act to regain money. You can still act to recuperate money, but you may not regain all of it. So, like I say, if you're looking at, maybe like we're saying about the self-employed, you buy products that cost more to put it together than what you can sell it for. You can still sell them, but you're going to sell them at a loss. So you're not going to regain everything that you've lost, but you will still be able to gain some money back from it. So it's not the end of the, you know, a massive disaster. Yes, it will incur you a loss, but it might also give you a bit of a reputation that could serve you better going forward. So, you know, once you've got products out there that, like I say, yes, you may incur a loss from it, people may then know where they can buy things from like that, and you can look at slowly increasing your prices, and it'll serve you better in the long run because you've got that end game, you know. So yes, you may have had a bit of a loss, but the end game is you've got your loss now, but what's that going to do to you for the future? It's not necessarily going to stop you from earning any more in the future, but you've learnt a big lesson there with regards to making sure you do your market research. But it's also a case of you've learnt that, you know, yes, you've incurred a loss. It's like, look at Black Fridays for the shops. You know, they all mark everything down massively. They make a massive loss, but then people realise they can keep going to those. You know, it gives people a bit of a boost on the whole reputation of the store, for instance, and then they keep going back to buy more and more because they've been in there once, they've seen it's quite nice, they'll go in there again. So yes, you may have made a loss, but it might mean that you end up getting reoccurring customers from it, and which will serve you better in the long term. The Six of Cups then is concentrating, how to put it, it's very much, the Six of Cups in the upright is you concentrating on what feels good and giving. In the reverse, it's telling me that you're still not giving, okay? You are still very much trying to work out what feels good for yourself. Potentially still not giving to other people as much, and still concentrating on just yourself. The Page of Cups is telling me that you feel like you've got all the answers where finance is concerned, but you don't have all the answers where finance is concerned. So you still have some lessons to be learnt with regards to your finances. It could have something to do with giving, because that is a very big theme that seems to be running through your reading. I'm not going to lie, it does look very much as though you don't do much giving at all. And then we have the Magician. So the Magician is very much saying that you need to be making sure that you're using your money in a rational way. And you need to be honest with how it's being obtained as well. So if you were thinking of tax dodging, this is saying don't do it. It's not recommended that you do any sort of tax dodging, okay? That could potentially come and bite you in the bum. Especially when you don't have all the answers, even if you think you do, okay? So make sure you're doing all the research that you need to with regards to finances. So if you are starting up a self-employed business, make sure you're doing your taxes. If it's something where you are getting money from, I don't know, maybe you think that doing your mate a favour, decorating the house, for instance, getting a bit of cash in hand, you think that that's going to be, you know, make sure you still declare it, because something's going to come up looking at this if you don't declare it, and that could be down to more financial losses. But either way, like I say, it's whatever financial loss you're going to be incurring, you're going to be learning a lesson from it, and it's going to be a lesson to do with the long term. Yeah, very much something where it could be that, like I say, if it's something where you're not able to give at the moment, it could very much be that you're trying to improve your finances so that you can give later on. But don't forget to give when you can, because it could be something as simple as when you do start getting your money, you're that used to spending money on just yourself that, as weird as it sounds, if you were to give time and effort away freely to people and money away freely to people, you know, like charitable actions, that's a good deed. So it means good things will come back to you. If you've got spare money, spare time, spare energy, and you don't help people, and you just do, you know, things that are very selfish, at some point it's going to come back. All right, let's get you an Angel of Abundance card as well. See if there's any more messages Spirit would like to convey. Okay, so it's chucked 2 out for you. We've got obstacles and blocks are lifted and detox your friendships. Interesting. So your obstacles and blocks are lifted then. All your good personal work and your positive energy shift will overcome previous obstacles and blocks are lifted. Hang on. All your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles and blocks are lifted away. That doesn't really make much sense. I think they need some more punctuation in there. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude and ensure that your flow of abundance continues. So very much with that forward movement, staying centered in centered in gratitude is very much the charitable acts. So continue, make sure that you are being charitable where you can, pay it forward, and you'll make sure that your abundance continues. Now, detox your friendships. Your abundance flow is being affected by people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. I don't really think there's much else to say on that one. People that are expecting you to buy for them and take from you all the time, and not people that are inspiring or generous, are they? Right. I hope that has given you some ideas on how to improve your finances, Leo. Good luck with that. And thank you for joining me.